Our theme tonight is The Tension Grows. The weather and infrastructure challenges globally are contributing to that, and as the prices of basic food necessities rise, that's also contributing to that. This is Catherine Austin Fitts. This is Thursday, August 9th, 2012. I'm delighted you could join me this evening. Food's on everybody's mind as the gas and food prices are rising and concerns continue about the drought, and it's really at this point in many places in the world, not just the U.S., as July is reported as the hottest month in U.S. recorded history. The international story, hands down, is the slowdown in the economy, and we're seeing it reported from every corner of the world. We see it, and it's reported everywhere, that the complexity and the cost of central control continue to contribute to slowing of the economy. It's almost a spider's web of Orwellian expense and political risk. Here in the U.S., it's healthcare rules and uncertainty about year-end taxes and various politics. We hear the expression about next year's fiscal cliff in the United States. It's so important to remember that many of these problems are engineered, but one of the biggest problems with the federal budget is that you see the expenses of growing a global empire running through the budget, but the assets not.
But essentially what this does is it takes all the different ways that small business finances itself through small banks, and it makes them much more expensive and harder for the banks to do. If anything, this underscores the importance of building ways of circulating money, including equity capital, outside the regulated systems.
What you're describing is they are making impossible borrowing from a bank for a small business, because the number of hoops that you have to run through just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Government is basically regulating so that they can borrow the money as cheaply as possible instead of the banks loaning it to Main Street.
The end point is, for all of us, that entrepreneurs are going to find it much more difficult.
But until we find ways of financing each other and using each other's services, this is going to get that. What this says to me is the squeeze is going to continue in a big way. So the slow burn is going to take a really big step up, because the small banks in this country have done an incredible job of keeping liquidity going. If they hadn't been there, things could be much, much worse. Anyway, so if you're not banking locally, you definitely want to do that.